are, friends! The greatest ride in all of Fun Mountain!
The Fun Mountain ride!
You know they could have worked on a better name. Like the Funo Coaster!
Or the Mountain Funatron!
Or the Fundastrike Gongatron!
Yeah, the Fundastrike Gongatron!
You ready to go?
You bet! Let's go! Sorry, Callie.
Hey, friends. Chip got a little scared of how high the Land of Fun ride goes. I mean, Fundastrike Gongatron goes. So he decided not to ride.
It's okay, Callie. You should go without me. I'll wait here with your parents. It will be fine.
I really want to go on the ride, but it seems like where I really need to be is with Chip, my best friend. What should I do? Let's check out our Bible story while we try to figure it out.
It's time for today's Bible story. It comes from the book of Luke, chapter 2. When Jesus was 12 years old, he and his family went to Jerusalem for a festival. A festival is like a really big party. After the party, the family was on their way home. Jesus' parents didn't know that he had stayed behind and was still in Jerusalem. When they realized that he wasn't with them, they began to look everywhere. They went back to Jerusalem and found Jesus in the temple. The temple was where people hung out to talk about God. The things that they talked about was stuff that only grown-ups could understand. But Jesus was able to understand it all. In fact, he surprised everybody by how much he knew, even though he was just a young boy. Jesus' parents were upset. They asked Jesus, why did he scare them like that and stay behind without telling them? Jesus didn't mean to upset his parents. He just loved God so much that he told them he would be in his Father's house, which was a temple. Even as a very young boy, Jesus knew we can love God with our actions.
Hands up, hands down. Now turn yourself around. Hands up, hands down. Now turn yourself around. Hands up, hands down. Now turn yourself around. They say you're short, too tall. You try and give your all, and then sometimes you fall. Oh man, that can't make sense at all. But God directs us. Yes, he loves us. We can follow Jesus because he leads us. You're growing bigger and so much stronger. God has this message for you, you should consider. You measure up. You measure up. You measure up, up. You measure up. God guides us to safety. No ifs, ands, or maybes. We can love God with our actions, with zero distraction. God makes us ready at the right time. Always, always at the right time. Of all the voices and all the noises, God's words help us make wise choices. You measure up. You measure up. You measure up, up. You measure up. You measure up. Wow, what a cool story! Jesus was so young, but he still did things that showed he loved God. And in the story, he knew exactly where he should be, in his Father's house. I really want to go on the Fun Mountain ride, but I love my buddy Chip, and I don't think going on the ride without him would show that. I know what I'm gonna do. Hey, Chip! Let's go find another ride to go on together.
Really? You mean it?
Yeah, it wouldn't be the same without you.
Aw, thanks. That means a lot. Oh, look. The line is really short for the Gizzard Gulch Fling Swing.
Now that means more like it. Let's go! Friends, I could have gone on the ride without Chip, but I love my best friend, and I wanted my actions to show it. Jesus stayed in the temple because he loved God, and his actions showed it. We can love God with our actions. Gizzard Gulch Fling Swing, here we come! Thanks for learning and growing with me. Bye!
You can't do this to me! Who do you think you are? Oh, hi there, little chicken nuggets. Welcome to Grow TV.
Welcome to Grow TV. Hosted by Carl. Where we have fun with our friends, talk about Jesus, and go over everything the Bible has to offer. Now once again, welcome to Grow TV.
Oh, I'm immature? I'm immature? Well, guess what, fella? I don't even know what that means, so... Sorry you had to see that, kids, but golly, I'm just so angry. Ah! You see, I was waiting in line here at Disneyland, the land of dizzy fun, when I was just told something so offensive. Something so rude, something so extraordinary, outrageous, I couldn't believe it. Do you know what this guy said to me? He looked me square in the eyes, and he said, "You're too short." Right? Isn't that insane? I can't believe it. I mean, I come to the amusement park to be amused, not insulted. I'm so fired up right now, I just don't know what I'm gonna do. I could punch a hole through space right now, I'm so angry. I could throw a boulder over a mountain, I'm so furious. I could snap this pen in half. Ah, I just don't want to do it right now.
Whoa. What's going on? Why are you so upset right now, Carl?
Upset? Upset doesn't even cover the half of it, Sam.
All right, take it easy. Just tell me what happened.
Well, I don't know if I can talk about it anymore, but I can text it.
Oh, wow, Carl. He called you short?
Yep, in front of everyone in the roller coaster line. It was humiliating.
Wait, which roller coaster? The cheese puller?
Yeah, I kept telling everybody that I was dairy excited to go on, but not anymore. Are you laughing at me, Sam?
No, I'm not laughing at you. I just realized why he told you were too short.
Well, don't keep me in suspenders. Tell me.
Carl, how tall are you?
5'8".
Well, there you go. You see, the cheese puller is a special roller coaster that requires you to be 5'9" or taller to ride. He was just telling you that you weren't tall enough to ride the roller coaster.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm serious. He wasn't trying to be mean. He just wanted to obey the rules of the park and keep you safe as well.
Huh, well that's great then. Oh wait, oh no.
What? What's wrong now?
I feel bad now.
Why?
I yelled at the guy and I even called him a name.
What did you call him?
A two-headed butterbrain. I don't even know what that means.
Oh no, well I'm sorry that happened, Carl. I know it was a really tough situation and you didn't quite understand what was happening.
I was about as confused as a seahorse at the Kentucky Derby.
I know. But you know who else was a bit confused once? Mary and Joseph.
Really?
Oh yeah. Confused, worried, anxious, all the above. You see, there was a time when Mary and Joseph had taken Jesus, who was 12 years old at the time, to Jerusalem. There was a festival going on there and it was great. But then something happened.
Oh no, what?
You see, when the festival was over, Mary and Joseph packed up their things and they headed home. But they forgot one thing.
Their phone charger? Man, I hate that when that happens.
No. Their kid. Jesus. They forgot Jesus.
What? How do you forget Jesus? He's the Son of God.
It's wild, right? So Mary and Joseph realized that they had left Jesus and they asked all their friends and family to help look for him, but still no luck. Jesus couldn't be found.
Oh no, this is terrible news.
So they decided to head back to Jerusalem to look for Jesus there. Maybe he was still at the festival.
Oh, please let him be there. Please let him be there.
So 3 days later,
3 days?
yeah, and after 3 days, Mary and Joseph finally made it to the temples in Jerusalem. And guess who they found? Jesus! He was there in the temple completely safe.
Whew, that's such great news. But what was he doing there in the temple?
Well, believe it or not, he was teaching people in the temple and asking them questions. And guess what? The people who were listening to him, they were amazed at his answers and his teachings.
Didn't you say that he was only 12 years old though?
I sure did. But that's what makes this story even more special. Jesus had so much wisdom and knowledge, even at such a young age, that he was able to share his messages of love even with strangers.
Well, what did his mom and dad say?
They couldn't believe it. They asked him why he had not gone with them and he stayed here. And he said to them, "Why were you searching for me? Didn't you know that I had to be in my Father's house?"
What does that mean?
Well, his parents didn't understand either. You see, Jesus was on this earth to show us how to live and how to love others. And he didn't just teach us through his words. He showed us through his actions.
His actions?
Oh yeah, Jesus was in the temple because he knew that's where people went to learn about God. And being there gave him the opportunity to share his teachings and to show his love.
How can he show love? Isn't that just like a feeling we get sometimes?
It can feel like just a feeling, but real love is shared when we show it to others. If we love someone, we can use kind words, we can help with homework, give special gifts.
Huh, I guess there's a lot of ways we can show our love through our actions. But what about our love for God?
Well, that's the great thing, Carl. God tells us to love others just like Jesus loved others. So when we love people around us, our actions are showing that we love God.
Well, hey there, kiddos. Great to see y'all. This was such an interesting story about Jesus, wasn't it? He loved God with his actions and gives us such a good example to follow, which is why our big idea for today is we can love God with our actions. So on the count of 3, let's spin around like we're on a spinning ride and shout out the big idea, okay? Ready? Okay. 1, 2, 3. We can love God with our actions. Gosh, I think I got a little bit too dizzy. But before I leave, make sure to tune in to next week's episode of Grow TV, okay? Thanks. All right, bye.
Thank you for watching, and tune in next week for a new episode of Grow TV.
Matthew chapter 6, verse 33. But seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well.